Yo, what's up everyone? OJ here. Welcome to another video, and today we're talking about the big news for the morning, and that is the Nintendo Direct has been officially confirmed for September 13th at 3 p.m. PT. That is 6 p.m. Eastern time. If you're in the UK or Europe, it's actually September 14th. Make sure you check your local times and listings for that. I'll have a link in the description below as well to where you can plug in the times. This is obviously big news here, but maybe even bigger news for this is that Nintendo will actually detail more on the Nintendo Switch Online at tomorrow's Nintendo Direct. And they did say that it will launch on September 18th here in North America and September 19th in Europe. So that is definitely huge news here, because I didn't think that Nintendo would talk much about the online at their direct presentation, and we still don't know what the breakdown is going to be when it comes to games and not games and the online and what they do with that. There's also more information on this online. There will be like a 1 week free trial that you can set up if you want to try out the Nintendo Switch Online. So there will be that, and of course full details, or a lot more details, at the Nintendo Direct. So let's first talk about the Direct and what people have been saying about that, and then we'll get into the online. So it's still 35 minutes long, guys. There's not any change in the amount of time that they decided to put in the presentation. So we will probably see stuff that was already announced, like for example Civilization 6. That will probably have another trailer for the Nintendo Switch version. They'll probably talk about Mega Man again, saying hey, there's a demo now available for you to go download. But I still think that there's a number of games and things that have not leaked yet. Everyone's trying to say, or not everyone, but some people are trying to say, oh well, everything's been leaked. And I'm like, what? We got like 2 or 3 announcements. We got Crystal Chronicles, we got Civilization, we got a Mega Man demo, and that was about it. There wasn't much more things after that. So I still think there are a number of things for them to talk about, and of course the online is going to be big, but there are some things that I think that Nintendo is going to discuss. And I did my prediction show where I felt that Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, that could be a big possibility for this one. Not sure if it'll be here 100%, but I'm just going to guess that that's something, just because Metroid Prime 4 is probably coming out in 2019, so they want to get the first 3 games out on the Nintendo Switch, because those are spread across the GameCube and also the Wii. And if you don't have Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii or the Wii U, then there you go. You can bring it over to the Nintendo Switch and have people play that. I do think the much talked about New Super Mario Bros. U, that game's also going to be announced at the Nintendo Direct as well. But I also think that we could get one more port or remaster of an older game from the Wii or the Wii U. I don't know what it's going to be, guys, but I'm guessing that we're going to get one more of those. Now, if you want my first round of predictions, please make sure you check out my video that I have on it, Nintendo Switch Predictions. I'll have a link to that in the description below as well, and you can see what's going down with my predictions and kind of what I think is going on. I do also feel that there's going to be some more third-party announcements that we haven't heard about yet. We're hearing about a lot of different games. In my last video that I did on the channel, I talked about a really cool Unreal Engine 4 based action game called Dusk Diver. That game's coming over to the Nintendo Switch. There's also Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. That game's officially confirmed for the Nintendo Switch, and other games as well. So it's good to see so many different styles of games kind of coming together on the Nintendo Switch, and we're going to hear more about those at the Nintendo Direct. Now let's go ahead and move on to the Nintendo Switch Online, because this has been a point of a lot of outrage for some people, or some people just saying, hey, let's check it out, let's wait and see. So let's just get the facts straight. If you want to play Nintendo Switch games online, most of them like Splatoon 2, Super Smash Brothers, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and Eevee, and most of Nintendo's first party games that are online, you're going to need the Nintendo Switch Online subscription. So no matter how crappy you think it is, or whatever the case is, the main function of this is to be able to play the games. No matter what anybody tries to sit here and say with this feature or that feature or anything like that, you need it to play the game. Some people are thinking that it's, oh, well, it just adds features, right? Well, I don't need those. I can still play Splatoon 2. No, you can't. Okay, so you need the actual online membership in order to play the games online. So that's the first and biggest reason why a lot of people are probably just going to get this, even if the service is not up to snuff with other systems on the market, because it won't be Like, you have to get it if you want to play your online games. So there you go. Now let's talk about some other things as well with it. We've talked about the cloud save issues and the things with that. Some of the games won't support cloud saves because Nintendo feels that there could be some cheating going on, item duplication with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and also with Splatoon 2, just some type of like cheating or manipulation of certain things with it, so they decided not to do that. I do think that Nintendo might further discuss that a little bit more and potentially have a solution for that in the future at this Nintendo Direct, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. What I would like to see out of the service, not necessarily because you pay for it, but also a way to do local backups as well. That's something that I talked about quite a bit. I think that local backups could really just save a lot of different things here. I'm not technically involved enough or inclined enough to know exactly what makes each game tick, how it work, how it wouldn't, and I guess just copying Xbox Live isn't an option at this point. Otherwise, Nintendo could just copy Xbox Live with everything and have a much better service, but also probably a much higher price as well. So we'll kind of have to wait and see how it plays out. This is what I personally feel. I personally feel that Nintendo Switch Online is going to get better and better as the months and years and however it goes on. I think that they're actually going to increase the price at some point. I think they're going to add in a lot of features that people have been asking over the course of time, and I think that online play is going to get better and better on the Nintendo Switch since now that they're charging for it. But like most things, we're going to have to wait and see on that one. Nintendo's going to give us more details on things. It's going to be interesting to see if they actually add in some of the features that people have been wanting. For example, like normal built-in voice chat for all of the games. There was some rumors back a while ago that were showing off something like the Nintendo Switch Lounge app on the actual Nintendo Switch itself, to where you'd be able to access that stuff right then and there and then use the Nintendo Switch Online app in conjunction. So we'll see if that actually comes to fruition too, because I reported on that a while ago. Some data miners or something like that caught some of that stuff, so we'll see how that works out. And I think that it's going to be crazy to watch exactly Nintendo talk about online, because from what I understand, they haven't really talked about online at all or anything like that since like the Nintendo Switch presentation 2017. They talked about the online, saying that, hey, we're going to have a service, but they didn't really give much details on it. I think at one of the other directs, they talked about the Nintendo Switch Online app briefly with Splatoon 2 for voice chat, and that's pretty much all they've said in any type of direct or formal type of way in a presentation. So how are they going to lay this out? How long is it going to be? It's going to be really interesting to watch. Now, kind of getting back to the Nintendo Direct, what can you expect there, guys? We talked about some of my predictions beforehand. We talked about some of the third-party games that have already been announced, but I do think that Nintendo's going to reveal at least one bigger game that nobody knew about from a first-party standpoint and from a third-party standpoint. And I also think that we're going to see more classic reveals. I think the classic reveals are the biggest thing that are going to be fun to see what games get brought over. We're seeing a lot of cool stuff from back in the past get brought over, stuff like Oddworld. We just got that announcement. I talked about it then. And then also games like Grandia 1 and 2 HD, those being brought over as well. I love these type of announcements because honestly, guys, I like the 5th and 6th generation a lot more than I like the 7th, 8th, and whatever you want to call this upcoming 9th generation, wherever Switch fits into the whole thing. I don't think it really fits in at all, but I love the classic games from the 5th and 6th generation. I think a huge one to drop. If Nintendo could do this, I hope that they do, but if they could do this, if we get a Xenosaga announcement, that will be one of those blood nose announcements, Japanese style old school anime blood nose announcements that would honestly just send me into a tizzy. So I'm hoping that we do get some type of classic RPG remastered, whether it's Xenosaga or Skies of Arcadia. Please, Nintendo, Japanese companies, go back into the well, dig out some of these old school classic RPGs, these old school action games, and bring them over to the Switch. They're a perfect fit for it, so I'm hoping that we do get something like that. And I do think that we could see a major or bigger Nintendo franchise come back in this one here. A lot of people have been speculating about F-Zero. A lot of people have been speculating about potentially Golden Sun, you know, so let's hope that we get a Golden Sun, we get a F-Zero F-Zero. Maybe we get the first footage of Pikmin 4. That game has been out there. I mean, there's so much stuff that Nintendo can go with and do. Heck, maybe they drop even a huge one here, and maybe they go with a brand new Mario Kart. Maybe they have a brand new Mario Kart that they first announced at this Nintendo Direct. I mean, it could be. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold well over 10 million units. They might want to see if they can move on to the next thing. And believe it or not, I think that announcing a new Mario Kart would probably just increase Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sales even more, even though that game already sells like crazy worldwide. It sells like 90,000 plus copies worldwide every single week, and that's not including the digital sales of the game. So it's absolutely incredible to see just kind of what's going on and everything there, especially in Japan. I'll probably talk about this a little bit more later, but the Media Create sales charts came out. Nintendo Switch, once again, the top system. However, Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 actually sold over 125,000 units, not including digital. So pretty good on Sony's part with getting the sales up there in Japan. Although the PS4 system sales necessarily weren't too high, the PS4 Pro did get a nice bump too, I think, with that Spider-Man bundle in there as well. So awesome stuff all around when it comes to some of the cool Japanese announcements and games. But I'm just excited for the Nintendo Direct. Not more excited than I am with Torna the Golden Country coming to Nintendo Switch this week, but I think it's a nice 1-2 punch, nice driver blade combo. You got yourself Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country that you're going to be able to play, and also a Nintendo Direct in the same week. That is a good week no matter how you put it. So what do you guys think, man? What do you guys think about this Nintendo Direct and what's going on here? I can assure you guys, just because I want to make sure that I say this again for some of you guys out there, I can assure you guys there's definitely going to be some new announcements. There's definitely going to be some things that we haven't heard about before. I just think that it's interesting. I just think that it's going to be surprising for some, because some people were like, whoa, wait a minute, it's still 35 minutes. You know, they've already been asking me that on Twitter. What's going down with that? Are they going to revise things? Some people thought they're going to take out stuff, and it's like, why? Even if it was already revealed, why would you take it out and give it less exposure by doing that? Because not everybody's online looking at stuff all day. A lot of people just, you know, look for the major stuff or anything like that. So they're not going to take out anything. That's silly. They already have their Direct presentation done. So it doesn't really make any sense to remove stuff from the Direct like that. All you have to do is just kind of edit things based on when you thought it was going to be released or whatever. Like the Mega Man 11 demo, like they're probably going to say available right now, you know, at this point after the Direct or whatever the case is. Now they just say already available. So there's not really anything major that you're going to have to take out. Just kind of small things that you have to edit here and there. So overall, really excited about the Direct. I think it's really cool. Torna the Golden Country doing well. Spooderman in Japan doing really well. No, joking. Spider-Man doing really well. Nintendo Switch the top in the charts when it comes to hardware. Really cool all around. I think it's great for the Japanese industry, especially when we have these Nintendo Directs, people who love these style of games. But I just think that this is going to probably be one of the most intensely watched Nintendo's Directs, and could really surprise and make people happy, or could really upset based on what you're expecting and based on what's already been announced and the online and things like that. For me, it's just going to be fun to sit back and watch all of it, because it's always crazy when you get Nintendo Directs going down. So what do you guys think about all of this different information here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet, in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages, and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting PlayerEssence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.